Everyone, my name is Priscilla Ramirez, and today I'm going to be talking about crystallography. This is the submission for my Module 4 Local Expert video. Crystallography, honestly, probably before this, I only knew about 1 or 2 instances that I had learned about prior to this class. We did talk about this a bit in Module 4 during one of the lectures, and so I thought this would be an interesting topic to research. So we'll just get into it. I want to begin with just breaking down what X-ray crystallography is. So it's a method to determine the atomic and molecular structure of a crystal. Well, in order for this to be a successful method of analysis, you have to have, obviously, the crystal structure of your biological material. So once you get this, that crystal structure is needed because once it goes through X-ray crystallography, you want to get a 3D image of your whatever you're trying to put through this. So this is necessary because it helps to understand the structure and function of your biological molecule. Further in this lecture, or not in this lecture, but further in this presentation, we'll talk a little bit more about why it's important. So researchers have used this to determine the structure and function of vitamins, drugs, proteins, and nucleic acids solely based on that 3D structure. And this produces, when you put your biological material through this, it produces an electron density image. And so you have your crystal on the bottom left. This shows the photo. So you have your crystal, and an X-ray will go and hit the crystal, and then from there it'll diffract different patterns generated by the crystal based on the electrons within your biological molecule. And on this right-hand side, on the bottom right, it is the X-ray crystallography photo, actually of a capsid from a virus. So this is that 3D structure that researchers would go off of in order to make these conclusions about their biological molecule. So the importance of this is one of the reasons that I knew about crystallography was, and I think all of us know this, is the Watson and Crick discovery. So James Watson and Francis Crick, they discovered the double helix structure of DNA. And so they were among some of the many who helped pave the way for other scientists to fully develop and use X-ray crystallography to its full potential. And so I actually read a paper because I was more interested in the drug discovery and development and how X-ray crystallography contributes to that. And so while I was reading one of these papers, I came along this research paper that talked about blue lysine, and it's a type of insulin that is rapid acting. So I thought this would be a pretty interesting thing to read about, because it kind of contributes to not so much of a medical breakthrough, but it's guidance. And so these researchers, during this experiment, they learned that the structure and orientation of this type of insulin made it behave differently. And so they concluded that the position of the D21 glue faced inward rather than outward, and they determined this based on that 3D structure at the end of the X-ray crystallography. And they better understood the pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic behavior of blue lysine solely based on that structural component and position. And so this helped them, they published this paper, and it helped them to give more guidance on diabetes management. And so this is why I thought that X-ray crystallography was pretty interesting to learn about, because it does assist in these medical breakthroughs. I mean, we touched on it briefly with the drug development. Even the Watson and Crick method showed the the double helix structure of DNA. And so at that time period, that was an astonishing breakthrough. So this method of X-ray crystallography is something that I believe is beneficial and is a good method to help scientists see the structure of their biological molecule. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments, and then I will answer them as soon as I can. Thank you.